What's up, guys? We are back. We are in a new location here. We made it to Lincoln, Nebraska in the Comfort Suites here, ready to get after it here in a few days at the Eagle Raceway for race number 24 of the full season for Kubota Highlander Racing and race number 5 of the Midweek Money Series. It should be race number 7, but we have rained out 2 of those midweek events, but race number 5 nonetheless. Race will be on Tuesday, June 11th. We are recording this right now on June 9th, Sunday night. It's going to be obviously in Eagle, Nebraska, 1/3 mile racetrack. It is the Bikini Zone Eagle Nationals. And just recently, actually just today, it was announced that the pay increase, it's going to be a little bit higher pay for the winner, which we'll talk about here in just a moment after we get into the weather forecast. A high of 89 degrees, a low of 65 degrees. Rain chances just about 15 to 20% according to the Weather Channel. Mostly clear skies, 10 to 20 mile per hour winds over there in Eagle on Tuesday night. As I mentioned just a moment ago, the purse was supposed to be $50,000 to win, but Durst Incorporated, Phil Durst, everybody involved over there, has bumped up to $55,555 to win, and of course $2,000 to start. And really, really good purse for everybody that makes the feature, even some of the guys that don't make the feature as well. It's just a high-paying event here that we're putting on with Kubota Highlander Racing. The estimated car count, 40 plus. On our list already, about over like 42, 43, but we're still waiting. I don't want to give you guys an exact number. I think we could hit 45, but I'm just going to play it safe, go with 40 plus right now, and we'll talk about some of the names that we know will be there in just a moment. There is a really stout list of drivers. Could be one of the more underrated fields of the year in sprint car racing on Tuesday night. Now, looking at the 2023 results, usually if you're a regular viewer of this channel, this is where we have the most recent 410 winners at that particular racetrack. At Eagle, there really hasn't been that many 410 races here in the past. We had the Highlander race last year. Kyle Larson won that one. 2017, Kyle Larson won with the Outlaws. And then before that, it was like 2012 or something. There was a 2015 National Sprint League race with like 15 cars. The Bill Baylog one. So really not much 410 racing comes through this part of the country. And that is why there's going to be so many fans there on Tuesday night. So looking at the 2023 results, Kyle Larson was the winner. Rico Abreu, him and Rico battled the whole race there. They both led I think Kyle led like 18 laps. Rico led 14 laps. And so it was a great battle all the way through. Gio Scelzi was in the 3rd spot. And don't worry, if you are a Gio fan or an Outlaw fan, I do have their magnets coming in here in the mail. Don't have them quite yet. We should have them for the race recap of this race when we get back home on Wednesday. Gio was 3rd, Buddy Kofoid finished in 4th, and Anthony McRae was 5th in this race last year with Kubota Highlander Racing. Now, looking at the Midweek Money Series points going into this race, Tyler Courtney holds a 39-point lead over Brad Sweet in the Midweek Money Series Championship. He has a 46-point lead over the 19 car of Brent Marks, a 47-point lead over the 14 of Corey Day, and a 52-point lead over the number 5 car of Spencer Baston. Heading into this, the track record was established back in 2009 on July 4th by Sammy Swindell. The lap time is an 11.076. Last year, I was looking at the results, and I want to say quick time was like an 11.3 something. So we really weren't too far off of that track record. Let's see if we can maybe beat it here on Tuesday night. We're going to be listening to the musical stylings of Kyle Larson over the night there between the heat races, the dash, the B main, probably the C main. In the feature as well, you'll be hearing music that Kyle Larson has picked out on his High Roller playlist, so that'll be exciting. We've got several drivers that race full-time with the series that will be making their Eagle Raceway debut, including the likes of Brenham Crouch, Tanner Thorson, James McFadden, Parker Price-Miller, and Spencer Baston. So 11 of the 16 full-timers have been there in some sort of capacity, a couple of them without the wings on top of the car, a couple guys with the Outlaws, and a couple guys last year with High Limits. So but none of them really have a ton of experience at this racetrack, so it should be exciting to see how it all unfolds. Now, looking at the list of drivers that are not full-time drivers that will be with us on Tuesday night, we've got a really, really good list of drivers here, and you'll see a lot of familiar names if you watch both High Limit and the World of Outlaws. We'll start things off with our full-time contenders in the Midweek Money Series. We've got Cole Macedo, who has been absolutely fantastic this year in whatever car he gets in, whether that's on the East Coast, the West Coast, the Midwest. He's been very impressive this year. He'll be back in the Kevin Newton 16T. Kevin Newton obviously will be in the field as well. Kyle Larson, he'll be also in the field. We just talked about him in his playlist, and we talked about him winning this race last year. You're going to notice a name that is not on this list, Cap Henry. He will not be there. He is contending for the Ohio Sprint Week Championship, and so we'll not see him. He was supposed to be one of our full-time contenders, but He's looking pretty good for that Ohio Sprintway Championship right now. Anthony Macri, talked about him, just ran fifth. He ran fifth last year at this race and also just ran second the other night at I-70 Speedway. With High Limit Racing. Then we get into some of the Outlaw guys. David Gravel, obviously the World of Outlaws points leader. He will be in the house. Aaron Reitzel, Garrett Williamson, another Outlaw guy, Gio Selzy will be there as well. He was third at this race last year. Kerry Madsen in that Vermeer Motorsports 55V car, the teammate to Chris Windom. Sheldon Hodenshield, fresh off a win with the Outlaws in Minnesota a few nights ago. Chase Randall, who had a really good run with High Limit at I-70, finished third on Friday night and then got into a pretty big wreck on Saturday at Knoxville, but he will be back in the field. Buddy Kofoid, he will be fun to watch as well in the 83 car. Jake Buback, we've also got Carson Macedo, one of the guys fighting for that championship over there with the Outlaws. Cy Lynch, also Logan Schuchart, Austin McCarl, Brian Brown, and then Kyle Reinhardt will be in the Bikini Zone sponsored number 71 car for Indy Race Parts. So we got a lot of drivers that I could not even fit on the board that we did not mention right here. So going to be a ton of cars, going to be a ton of fans, and there's going to be a ton of fun over there at the Bikini Zone Eagle Nationals. Really looking forward to getting there. It'll be a new racetrack for me and a new racetrack, obviously, for some of our guys racing with High Limit as well. So looking forward to getting over there. Also, if you are watching this video on YouTube, make sure to hit the subscribe button. We are very close to getting to 2,000 subscribers, and it would be really cool if we can hit that after this video. Also, comment down below if you will be there. Let us know who you think is going to win. Hit the like button as well. If you're watching on Flow, thank you guys so much for the support, and we'll talk to you again here soon. The next video on the channel will be a head-to-head comparison between the Outlaw guys that'll be there and the High Limit guys as well. And we'll do a little comparison video who we think will take down the win over at the Eagle Nationals on Tuesday night. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll talk to you again here soon.